morning. Running a little behind today. Ezzy decided to start barking. So I had to go downstairs and put her in her pen. So let me get myself up on all my technology here. Okay, here we go. All right, there's that. Of course, my iPad's gonna... Oh, come on. It keeps asking me to give it my ID. All right, I'm up on the iPad, the laptop. All right, switch. Okay, there I am. All right, up. Woo! Oh, hang on. I had my sound on. I was up here working yesterday, and JoJo fell asleep. So I just pulled out my laptop or my iPad and just started looking at things, and till Ezzy barked and woke her up. But I hope you're having a great day today. I have a fun idea for you. I don't know about you, but how many of you always see this beautiful paper and it's like, it's designed mainly for scrapbooking, but I'm going to show you how you can use it in your card making. Oh, I forgot to close my blinds. Hang on. I got glare on my glasses. There. Okay. All right. Much, much better. Okay. So I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to show you how to use it and to make 4 cards with some creative cutting. I did this for a class a couple of months ago, I guess it was. Yeah, and we made 9 cards from the pack of paper, but it was so nice to be able to use that paper for cards, even though it was designed for scrapbooks. So I got a piece in the 49 in Market, and I thought, I'm going to do the same thing with this. So I took the paper and I kind of figured it out. I'm going to get 4 cards, and the center panel will be just a piece that I can use for a background. So I'm going to get ready and flip this around. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes and don't open till I tell you to, because then you don't have to worry about it. It takes me a few minutes to flip everything. It used to be so easy, and Facebook had to change. Can I get down closer? See, this is the other thing. I can't get closer. So I'm just going to leave it. You just get to see all the mess everywhere, which I don't like, but I guess I could pull it down some. Let me do that. Better. You still see some of it, but not all of it. Plus, I'm a little closer for you to see what I'm doing. I'll see what that looks like on my... Well, let me see if I can go down a little bit more. That means I have to undo a couple. I'm seriously thinking I need to get a camera and suspend it from the ceiling. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. I have a new mat, and I like it because it has a grid, so I know where I have to stay. All right, so this is the piece of paper that I got, and this is a 49 in Market. It's called Animated Travelers, and this was a piece that I got in my mystery box, and I thought, this will be a nice one to use. So the first thing I did was I cut it at 4 inches here and 4 inches here. This is the piece we're not going to use. We are going to use it for a background on other cards. Now I'm going to pull in my trimmer. I know, actually I want to pull in my guillotine cutter because I like it the best. So I'm going to move this one out of the way, and let's deal with this piece first. And I'm going to see if I'm in frame, which I think I am. All right, now when I look at this, I don't need this little piece here. And the backside, the reason I didn't cut it off, the backside was just a kaleidoscope of colors, and I didn't care about that. So I'm going to cut that off, and that's no good. Now, I want this as the main part, and I want this as the main part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to go right about there, and I get the hummingbird minus his tail, but the hummingbird here doesn't have a tail either. So I've got this piece, and this is what I'm dealing with, and I'm going to mount it on a piece of pink. I thought that was a pretty color, match that butterfly. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to cut this at, I'm going to go 5 1/16. I have better luck with doing 3/16 less rather than an 1/8. All right, this you can save for the inside of the card. Now this piece is 4 and that is 4, so I've got to cut this down by 3/16, which is the line right after 3/4. And I didn't cut off but a tiny, tiny tip of that flower. Now this one is the same way. I want to keep that hummingbird, so I'm going to set this at 5 1/16, and I'm cutting that off, and I'm going to go this way. I don't want to lose the butterfly, and I don't want to lose any more of the hummingbird, so I'll cut it off of this way, and I'm just cutting off part of the flower. So I have that one cut. All right. This one I'm going to cut here and cut that piece off. Now I'm going to use this piece, and I'm going to cut it at 5 1/16. So that let me keep the whole, actually I'm going to cut it a little bit closer, but I kept that whole hummingbird. And now this needs to be 5 1/16, and I'm just barely getting the flowers. I've got to cut this side down, so I'm going to cut it at 3 13/16. All right, and then this piece needs to be 3 13/16 also. So I'm going to cut it down. All right, I've got all my pieces cut. So now I can take and get rid of my cutter. All right, this piece I'm going to set aside because this one I'm using black to put it on there. These are all on the pink. So I'm going to go ahead and add all of them to the pink. And then I can put my card together and go from there. Ooh, knock that off. All right, it doesn't matter if it's upside down because I'm going to, I can flip it. All right, now let's do this one. This is a great way to use your paper if it has a pattern down each side or across the bottom and the top. You just have to kind of strategically plan it and put them to cut it that way. And then save the other piece as background, or you can even use it to punch things out to go on your cards. All right. Now I'm putting all of these on white card bases. I use white because it's just easier. Then you don't have to add layers inside. If you use a color, you kind of have to add the layer inside. Okay, there. Get my bone folder. I need to clean my mat. I was up here painting my projects for clear scraps, and I used a mat over top. Well, the darn thing wasn't one of the, I need to get to Dollar Tree. The mats I have are not waterproof, so the ink went through, which drives me crazy because I do have one that is, but I needed more than one mat. So I'm gonna go buy, I saw somebody recommended the plastic, oh, what do you call it? I'm looking for my piece for the other one. Okay, where is it? I had a piece of black I had cut. There it is underneath. The plastic cutting boards. I'm just gonna buy some of those. Heck, go to the Dollar Tree, they're $1.25. You can buy like 5 of them and have a bunch to use. All right, there. Now I can put all of my cards together. I have planned out what I'm gonna do. All right. I had the hardest time with this background. I tried a gray and it wasn't a gray. I tried a tan and I didn't have a tan that was light enough. It's, I don't know, it's like a tan, but it's got a gray undertone to it. Not positive, but I had nothing that would work. I do this all the time. I find these gorgeous papers and then I can't get these had color on it. This had no color, so I had to kind of figure out what I was going to do. All right, so here's this. And look how easy I've got these 4 cards ready to go. You can do this ahead of time, have your card bases and your panels all put together, and then when you need a card, I mean, you can easily add some sequins and a sentiment, or, you know, just do some other things. And that way you can kind of customize your cards. All right, so I've got these 3 and this one. And I decided for 2 of them, and I think it was these 2, I made a frame. And I'm going to take this frame. This one I'm going to put here, I think. No, I'm going to put it, well, I'm not certain what I'm going to do now. I know this one is going to go here. So, and I just used a scallop rectangle, cut it out, and then I used my trimmer to go inside. And, okay, I'm going to be using this glue. Because my other thing of glue is downstairs, and I probably should have put that on with glue dots. And then I took and I punched out some pieces here, and I've also pulled a flower that matches it, and I pulled in a a pen to just kind of add some interest. So let's see. Let me get some white to stamp it on. And I think I left my, you know what? I'm gonna try stamping it in black. Oh good, it's a thin line. All right. So I'm gonna put this here and just let it sit. So I won't need the Micron pen. Close this up so it doesn't get hard on me. All right, there. Now I need to color that in, and I think I'm gonna pull in some alcohol markers only because they will be fast. And let's see, so I need a yellow. This one might be, nah, it's not too bad. I was thinking it was going to be too bright. So I don't know what this is going to look like. We'll find out. All right, I can set that up there, move that over, and I'm thinking one of these will work. This might be too dark. Yeah, too dark. So let me go a little lighter. All right. Ooh, that one's real close. So that one's a possibility. Let me try Berrylicious. I use this one a lot for this pink. Oh. I think I like this one better because it's, this one is an off shade and I think it will clash with it. So I'm just going to come in with this. And I'm just flicking it in. And then I go back and fill in the pieces. I am not an alcoholic. Oh, thanks, Peggy. Marker colorer. I'm still learning, but I have fun. So, there we go. And I'm going to cut this out. I have the die, but I left it downstairs, but it's a simple enough image that I can cut it out. If I thought about it, I could have stamped them and cut them out, but I didn't think of that. Get rid of that because that's... I only cut 2 frames. I didn't cut one for the last one. I thought I would do something different. All right. I will probably use the same flower. Okay, so I've got that now. That's down there. I'm going to put this here. I don't want to cover up my flower. This I'm going to put underneath, and I do have a second one. I have 2 And if I don't use them, I can use them again, but I kept my punches in case I needed them. These are actually off of the same punch. I just cut one in green and one in white. All right. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. So let me add some glue here. And I'm going to add it here because if it goes past my flower, I can take and cut it off. Okay, I'm good. It didn't go past. All right, so I've got that. And now I'm going to take the white and I'm going to add some glue to it. All right, and I'm going to stick this. I'm just kind of pulling it up. Got glue on it. Off my finger. All right. Let me pull this out. And stick this one. I want it down further. There. And I think I'm just going to put that there. I did pull in some sentiments. Let me move this out of the way. I've got the two of those. I was looking for my dots, my bone squares. Wow, Peggy. I know, I love it. It's like I'm constantly learning new things and trying new things and just having a blast playing. All right, I'm going to cut this one in half. And I think I'm going to go diagonal. So I can get a piece here. And give me this one to put here. My finger got stuck. And I'll pull all the backs off. I'll throw them on there because then it'll be easy to dump in the trash. All right, come on. There. And I'm going to put one more right there. All right. And I think I'm going to put it like there. And now, my sentiments. I pulled in I had this one, and I think I'm going to use Sending Smiles. This company, Crafty Meraki, they're going out of business and they're having a huge sale right now. And it's like 60% off. I've been on several times trying to get some things. I had this before. Oh, it's still connected. Let me cut it apart. I did order a couple of things yesterday that they had, but a lot of it's gone. They had some great stamp sets and dies, but if they had the stamp set, they didn't have the dies. If they had the dies, they didn't have the stamp set. So I didn't order a bunch. I probably could have ordered the stamp sets and just fussy cut them, but that's okay. All right, that's off a little, but it'll work. All right, now I'm going to use black for my sentiments so it shows up. And this just is Sending Smiles. So I'm going to put it here. And let me go, let me see. I need a shape to punch it out. Not always use a circle. Let me see what I have in my other drawers. That's the beauty of retiring from Stampin' Up. I can now use what I want, and not have to worry about it. Ooh, here's this one. Let's see how this one works. I'd rather have it the other way. Let me go in this way. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try double punching this one. I haven't done this one, I don't think. But let's find out if it works. I got to get it in there. I'm right-handed, so I decided to... There's a lot of little pieces. This may not have worked. Let me see. I will try. Aha, there we go. I got it in there. Now all I have to do is rearrange it. Got it. Now I want to make sure it's in there straight. It worked! Where there's a will, there's a way. And then that's a great way to extend the use of your punches. It would be good. It's going to be lost, so I'm going to grab a piece of the pink and punch it out. I use my cardstock up a lot, and I'm going to put this on here. Oops, wrong way. Like so. So it gives it some interest. I'm not going to get rid of that because I may use that color on the next one. I didn't pull in gems, but I easily could have. All right, there's that. Let me grab my foam squares. Okay. Okay. All right. And I'm going to put it down here in the corner because then you're not hiding anything. So there's that idea. So there's card 1. I'm going to move that out of the way. Let's move to card 2. I didn't get a frame for this one because I thought I would take this and cover this up. I see this as orange and these are not orange. So I thought, well, I'll just cover that one up. So I'm going to take and, you know, I probably should have cut that out. I used the Altenew Mix and Match Mariposa dies, and I just cut that out. I didn't cut out the frame for it. I'm wondering if I should try a frame. That's a small one. I don't know if that's going to fit. I think that one will fit. I'm not going to fool with it. I will take my pen and I'll color the body black. So at least it has a black body. And I'll color the antenna. All right, and I'm going to color his head bigger. Okay, not bad. Yeah, it's hard to see all those little pieces. And then I'm going to put this on a foam square right down the middle. And I'm going to cover that up. And this one I'm thinking I need a, I have a sentiment. I pulled in the Altenews Paint and Stamp Butterflies. These were from a class I took. I think I'm going to use this one, Sending You a Flutter of Joy. No problem, Janice. I kind of started a minute or so early because I was running behind too, and it was like, ay, 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 ay. Okay. Yeah, you'll need to watch the beginning to see how to do cut the paper. All right, let me get this. And let me get my paper for my sentiment. I need to re-ink my pads. I need to do it and let them sit for a few days. All right, now, let's see. Maybe circles. Let's try the 1 inch. Hopefully that's not too small. Yep. So we go to 1 1/4, which means that I need 1 1/2 for the background. All right. I could have easily stamped that in the pink also. I didn't think of it. Now, can I get this out of here? Ooh, just barely. Woohoo! I love using up my paper like that. All right. And let me add some here in a vehicle, and I don't know if it's in my yard or somebody else's. All right. It might be somebody else's. The lady is getting pine straw, so I think it might be hers. I'm going to set it there. And this one, I think I will add some gems to it. All right, and now here's the last one. And I think I'm going to put it in here, but I'm not going to do it until I've done my images. Oh yeah, it is next door. Everybody's getting pine straw put down in their flower beds. Good morning, Sharon. All right, where's my yellow? So I'm going to use my yellow. And I'm going to flick it out like so. And let me is this one from here? Yeah, this is the puffy heart. But I think I said no to this one, but I might try it. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one for this. A little different. If you vary the length of your flicks, it kind of gives it some interest in that center. So that's what I'm attempting to do. just to give it some interest. One more. There. All right. That one looks like the same color I used before, but it's not. It's from a different one. Unless I used the same one. Didn't realize it. All right, let me fussy cut this out. Does everybody have some fun plans for this weekend? I have to go shopping, and then I'm working on my May projects for Clear Scraps. I started painting 2 of the things yesterday, and I still have a 3rd one, but I had to get paint. I had won this paint years ago, and it's an acrylic paint, but it's not like any acrylic I have ever used. It's not a tube, it's in a tub. And when I opened it, it was thick, really thick. And I thought, what is this? Well, when I read the directions, it says to add water. Well, I added water and mixed and mixed and mixed, and I barely got it mixed. So it's like, I don't know if I like that. And I didn't want to use that for the bigger object I'm doing. The ones I was doing yesterday were small. All right, now I have the same things here. Okay. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to put this here. So I'm going to stick this behind it. Let me use this side. Move it over some. So it's kind of peeking out from the corner. And then this I'm going to take and I'm going to put in here. But I think I want this one in first. Yeah. Let me pull this up, and I can pull this up. I can take care of the stems. Come on, give me some glue. All right, there's that and that. And I will put tape across it to hold it in place. And then this one, I'm going to put here. So this is a fun idea to have your image pop out of your frame. All right, and then I think I'm going to put this one down a little bit further. There. All right. Let me fold this back. I can put it on that because it's not going to show. All right, now I'm going to take some double-sided tape and put across the back of that to hold it in place. And I'm just taking a small piece so it holds everything, and I'm not going to put take the back off. And now I'm going to take and I'm going to add some, here we go, let's add some foam squares. I didn't pull in a sentiment for this one. All right, now, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to cut this in half again. And put it here. And I'm going to take the other half and put it on top. All right. Put all this up here. And I wanted this to be a little higher than the rest of this. So, and you can do this by just putting in your, like, one-dimensional. All right. I think I'm going to go this way with it. I'm going to go there. Put it down. So I've got that. And I didn't do a sentiment, so I'll have to see what I can find. All right, now this one, I was going to do this with it. Let me see what I have over here. Oh, I remember now. The other thing that I got was this kit. It's the Moonlit Garden Ultimate Page, kit from 49 Market in my mystery box. And I thought I would use this butterfly, and I hope I'm in frame. I thought I would use this butterfly because it matched it. And I was going to pull in some greenery. And I was looking for, I also looked at these butterflies, but I opted not to. I think I'm going to use, I think I was going to use this, but I'm wondering about using this blue. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to try something. All right, now. I hate punching these things out. Yeah, I have to be very gingerly with them. And see, this comes out. All right, so I've got that out. Now, let me move this out of the way. And I'm thinking I can take and put this here and underneath. So I'm going to cut it there. I think I'm going to cut it there. Let me try this again. Just so I have an idea there. I don't know if I'll use that one or not. I'm thinking that there. I'm going to push this underneath. Put that there. I may move the butterfly. The butterfly may be at the bottom. Okay. All right, let me show you how to do this without having to do all the other pieces. So you take and you put on, and I'm putting them on in the corners. You can put just one on, which would make it easy. You just have to be careful, make sure you don't pull it off. And I'm going to put it there. And I think I'm going to move my butterfly here. And then this piece is going to go underneath, but it's too long, so let me cut it off. Let me have some glue on this. All right. so. And I'll add some foam squares back behind this. And this. And this one. I should have done this part. Hey, Betty Ann, before I glued it under. All right, but it worked. And then this one's sticking up and I'm afraid it'll get ripped off, so I'm just gonna put some glue on it to hold it down, like so. All right, so I've got that. All right, now, do I want that other piece or not? I'm thinking I'm going to cut it off of the stem. I'll say the stem. You never know what you can use that stem for. Might be surprised. Oh, I like that. So let me get, oh, I'm going to put my dimensionals on first. $49 in Market has had some great papers lately. I saw some new ones and I went, ooh. I just need to remember to order the 12 by 12 versus the 8.5 by 11. The only problem is, all right, I can't go too far down. Again, they have the image on the side like the one at the beginning that I cut up. All right, let me put a dimensional on this butterfly. Ooh, he's a tiny one. Let me get a little piece here. Take the back off. And I'll put another little piece on top so he really pops up. Can't see. There. What do you think, ladies? He's on there, but safe. It needs something here. I did pull in my Love for Lizzie, but I don't know if I have anything that'll work. That's not long enough. This one is. I need to take off just a little bit. There. Come on. Okay, it's stuck down. Where's my pokey tool? Let me get it. There. Let's see. I should have done this beforehand, but as usual, I didn't. Can I get it under here? I can piece it if I can get it to stick. right. Just a little bit of surgery. There's that. Ooh, this one's tricky because I need a little tiny piece. Let's see if I can get this piece underneath. Where's my pokey tool? Put it on my pokey tool. And I can put it under there. I like this. It really adds something. Let me get this side under. Why is it not going? You know what? I may just leave that piece. Come back to it later. All right, let me get this one again. I can go here to there. Ooh, shove that up enough. I want to get that one piece underneath. It's driving me crazy. Too far, too far. Come out, wherever you are. Well, that one is gone. Let me see. Is this the same width? No, I think it's this one. It's this one, and I'm going to cut a tiny piece. Oh, no, it's there. It's there. I'm leaving it. All right. This goes here, and I can pick that up and shove it under there. Okay. Oh, we've got a tiny piece again. Oh no. Oh, thanks, Sharon. I'm glad you like my ideas. All right, pick this up. Got that one. All right, now, can I get this here and down to that? Scissors, scissors, scissors. All right. Not the best, but it's okay. And I love that sparkle that it gave it. I think it just was the perfect thing to add. All right, so let me move some of this out of the way so I can get all my cards back in here so that you can see them. And there they are. I need a sentiment for this one and this one. And there's another sentiment in the butterfly one that says, butterflies are nature's confetti. And I might put that on there. I think that would work on there. I have to get one for this one. But oh, yeah, I really, this one was all done by today, this morning, because I knew what I was going to do here. And I thought, okay, I'll add a frame like the others. And I cut white thinking I was going to put it on here, but I didn't like the white on there. And so I said, I'll put the white on here. And I went looking and I thought, oh, I'll do something with this. And actually, I wasn't going to use the blue. I was going to use a green. And I really like the blue with it. So you like this one, Peggy? The Sending Smiles one? It's got a lot going on onto it. And I think this one gets my vote. I wasn't even, and you know, I don't think I'm going to add a sentiment because I really like that one the way it is. It turned out so different than I thought it would. All right, I'm going to get ready and flip this around, ladies. I have a million things to get done today. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes because it's going to take me a few minutes. I've got to pull everything up. Oh, and now it's screaming at me low battery, so I'm going to have to plug it in so I don't lose my power. All right. Okay, flip it back around. There we go. All right. So I think I'm gonna play with some of, if I can find some of this paper and some of my others, you know, I think I'm gonna play with those ideas. I really like that. And I like the gold around the frame. I think it pops. It really highlights it. It adds that sparkle that it needs for me. Okay, ladies, thanks for coming in. I appreciate your being here. I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I'll be back next Saturday with another idea. I think I know what I'm going to do, but I'm not positive. I'll see you later. Bye.